ahead and get that out of the way. It happens pretty quickly. Not always aware of it. Let's see. Okay, so there is that, and let's get into some stocks. All right. Good morning, Lori. Hey, she remembered. Lori got my heart warm in the morning. Appreciate that. Yeah, this year hitting the big 3-0. So, I'm gonna be looking for gray hair soon. Uh, good morning, Mike D. So this morning on the scans, we got a couple of movers. One up 162%, which is SXTC. We also have a couple of other ones, SNTG up 45% and ADTX up 27%. ADTX I did trade earlier this month. Let me actually pull that up. ADTX. So earlier this month, this is the reasoning behind why I traded. And remember, I do these every trade. So this was on the 12th that I made this calculator. Now, you will see like a progression in my calculators. I'm always adding and building in new things. So, this one is from, and now I started doing this kind of documentation in December. So December 1st, whatever, to kind of be able to take notes on each variable that I look for. So if I'm looking for a variable, what's the catalyst? The catalyst on the 12th was that it was acquiring a company that made a birth control gel. Okay, so that was the catalyst. The obvious support that I was trying to buy it was around the 6, and I actually entered at the 610 average price, right? Was my average price with that one, with 1,000 shares. So it was pretty good. And then down here, what was the trend on that day? Well, it wasn't that obvious, is what's in the notes, but the relative volume was 100x. The relative standard deviation was 7x. And then we did the scores of, what it had versus what it didn't. It came out with a score of about 90. So I didn't use full size. This should actually say reduced size instead of half size. It's just, some trivial number that I pick that is not full size, right? I'm not gonna dump my whole account in there. But yeah, it was interesting seeing that one pop back up today, again on the end of the month, with ADTX. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and look into, yeah, this week I traded. I took a trade on FWBI. FWBI was one. So this is the next calculator, and you can see what I've added here is the R values. So let's say if I'm risking $300, when or at what price will I be, looking to set a stop, right? So first 1-to-1, 34 cents up on those shares that I took, which was 872 shares, looking for that 34% level, which would be what, 934, to put my first stop around 940, right? And that's what I did on this day. Now I graded this thing. These are the variables that I look for when I'm trading. I need 5 years of trading history. I don't trade things that don't have history. Secondly, ATR of at least $1. This one had $1.33. Relative volume, and I actually rearranged the order of these. This is the first thing I look for, is the trading history. Second thing is ATR. Third thing is RVOL. It was 300x. Next thing is relative standard deviation, 7x. The catalyst was inflammatory bowel sale of pharma products. So a company was selling a product to another company. Obvious support that I was looking at on this day was around $10. I was like, man, $10 is like it may be that spot. But it actually crashed down through 10, which I was like, okay, that's cool. Let me see if I can find a bottom. Obvious trend was looking like an uptrend. It moved from 3 up to $15, and I was like, it's looking pretty bullish today. Overall market sentiment, it wasn't clear. It was like sideways choppy motion. But actually, let's jump over here to, I didn't even open my TraderSync. Hold up. Let me open this TraderSync real quick. My journal. So I use TraderSync journal to actually document my trades. And let's jump out here and set the date to. So since I've been using this strategy, since September, these have been my win losses. The only loss that I had was on DKS. I tried to use the same strategy in the large cap and it didn't go well. But this was the trade from earlier this week. It was $383. I locked in a 1-to-1 and I was looking for it to rip through 10. It was 44 cents per share on 872 shares. On the year though, date on the year. Wait a minute. Dates on the year, January 1st to December 31st. We'll apply those dates. So on the year, in this day trading, I'm around 60%, 39% losers. So pretty good. And I've only taken 85 trades this year. So this is the least trading year that I've had, but the most, like profit, right? The first year, 2020, everything was crazy. Everything was going up. I mean, everything I bought was going up. And I was like, man, this is gonna be easy, bro. It's just doing this every single day, going up 500, 1600% on everything that I bought. And the thing was, I was 50-50 on that year. So I was 50-50 win, lose, but my losers continued to grow. And I was like, what in the world? What's going on? Good morning, Donnell. My losers continued to grow. And I was like, well, I'm just, because what I was thinking in my head, I had heard many traders say, look, trading is about consistency, right? And I was like, okay, what I was doing in the beginning was working. I was just buying and things was blasting up. But that's not all that there is for consistency, right? Consistency is after you built a strategy, after you kind of learned a little bit of why you're winning. And so I had no reason why. I was just like, man, the market's hot. Market's hot. It's going to stay like this. So coming into 2021, my losers got even bigger. I was about 40% wins and like 60% losers, but the losers was huge. And in 2020 I took about 1,000 trades, so right around 1,000. Then 2021 I took about 1,500 trades. And the thing is, during 2020 and 2021, I didn't realize how much data that I was actually collecting until I got into 2023 and did a deep dive into the statistics. And that's how I found the indicators that I need for the day. And I know I was watching back one of my videos that I was talking about indicators, and I said I don't use any indicators. That was not a truth. I do use indicators, but I use specific indicators that pertain to my strategy. So I didn't grab an indicator to make a strategy. I took a strategy and then researched, hey, what indicators can go with this? On days that this is moving like I like it, what indicators can go with this? And so course, you guys hear me talk about ATR all the time, which is average true range. I use the candlesticks, I use support and resistance, all of these indicators, all of this stuff, right? Level 2, whatever. But it's just the crossing over, like the whatchamacallit, like when those indicators align, that's when I'm trying to take the trades, right? And that's what I've been doing. And so far, you know, all these trades have been pretty green, right? The loser that I had on DKS, I did make that back in these previous 4 trades. And now on the calendar here, we can see where we're going. So I only took 3 trades this month. 3 trades, a 300, a 500, and a 300. I'm looking to do this into next year and continue, because I need more data on that specific strategy. I only got, what, 15 trades on this strategy. 15 trades. And out of 15, 14 of them have been green. So that's pretty good, right? But anyway, jumping back over to what we're looking at in the markets today. I saw ADTX back up 30 something percent. And I'm wondering, is it going to be able to, in my previous levels are still here. I bought around the 6 the first time for that resurgence. The only difference is the ATR hasn't been calculated yet. And I don't know what the relative volume or the standard deviation looks like yet until the open. We have about a little over 15 minutes until the open. I'll be able to do those calculations and see where this thing is sitting, and maybe it'll hold 6 again. I don't know. But the other thing is there's no catalyst on today. So if I was going to make a new calculator today, I think this one. All right, so this is the new calculator. Let's say if I was looking to buy at 6 as my expected entry, right? I can get 1,000 something shares again. You know, max share size can be about 1,300 shares. Minimum share size to reach this risk is, you know, 50. Got to take 50. That means if it goes back, if the price drops to 0, I would need 50 shares to reach this loss, right? So the minimum share size to reach the risk. Custom share size, I mean, I'll probably just go ahead and probably just do 1,000 again if I was going to do this today. And so it calculates, hey, what prices or what R values would give me this winner, right? And so again, it'd be 30 cents would be $300, 60 cents, 1,013, whatever. What am I trying to say? 60 cents would be 2 R's, so a 2 to 1. 90 cents would be a 3 R, blah, 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 and so on. The other thing is grading each trade. That's the biggest thing that I had to start doing, grading each trade. One, it cut down on taking 500,000 trades a day, right? Because I'm telling you, when I started trading, I was a drunk trader. I could walk by the computer and hit the buy button and not even realize it. I just be in proximity, just hands up, buying, just crazy. But I've noticed that the less that I've traded, you know, the better the results are because it's more quality in each trade. For this one though, ADTX, I believe it has it's close, right at 5 years of trading history. It was super close. So I'll give that a 1. ATR of $1. It does not have an ATR of $1. It has ATR of 89 cents right now, but that will probably recalculate on the open. Don't know what the relative volume is or the relative standard deviation. And the catalyst will probably be a continuation catalyst on that birth control gel, whatever, right? The other thing is, let's see, for trend, I really don't know what the trend is on this one. I guess it would be uptrending. Overall market sentiment, let's go look at the SPY. Oh, it popped back up, so it may not give me that 6 today. Looking kind of strong there, holding over that 6, maybe some kind of grinder or something, but we'll see on the open. And that's why I really don't trade at the open, because my strategy just depends on what data I can kind of accumulate after the open. I want to see how buyers are feeling, how sellers are feeling, because if sellers are feeling reckless, you'll see big slam downs. They'll just dump size on it, right? If buyers are feeling real good, it'll just pump through the roof. And so for me, I like buying low. If it pumps through the roof, I'm just like, well, guess it's no trade today. If sellers come in and blast the thing through the floor, I'm like, okay, what levels would they be uncomfortable? Right? Where are they like, ooh, feeling like, yeah, we need to sell this, right? We need to cover this rather. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see. It is Friday, last day of the week, entering into a long weekend. So I really don't want to enter into now. December of last year was one of the worst trading months that I've had ever, right? Just stupidity. I mean, absolute trash. And so looking back at 2020 December and 2021 December, I mean, it was just a nightmare. And so this year I was like, why is December a nightmare? Why is it like this? Well, this is kind of like my thesis that I came up with. I was thinking, okay, maybe just maybe people at the end of the year looking at their P&Ls, if they're behind, if they're to the point where they're like, okay, I know I'm red on the year, maybe I can just do this one last thing in December and it'll bring me out of the hole, right? They're always thinking maybe it'll bring me out of the hole. And then for people that are green on the year, they're like, man, well, if I could just close this year out with a nice winner, that could be kind of like a catalyst for them to jump into some trades, right? I could just close this thing out. Great for the year. Enter into 2024. Beautiful, right? So it's two different sides. You got winners that are incentivized to take larger than regular trades, at the end of the year. Then you got losers that are incentivized. And so I think that's what makes December such a bad month. It's not just that people are gone for the holidays because most people can trade from anywhere. They can pop open their iPad, they can pop open whatever and trade, even if they're on vacation, even if unless they just have some kind of strict family rules where they just can't trade, right? And so that's what I was thinking about December trading and why it's so bad. It's a two-edged sword. Winners that need to win in the end, and losers that need to win in the end, coming together and creating an absolute tornado for both everybody. Um, but yeah, I've been talking a lot. Let's go ahead and jump over here to the scans here. One life, one chance. What's up? What's up? We're closing up the year, looking pretty good here, and nice percentages, win, loss, and winners just keep getting bigger. Losers just aren't even. They need to happen, I guess. Waiting for those losers to come around, right? All right, but anyway, looking over here on the scans, we got SXTC up 190%. ATR right now of 25 cents. Relative volume up only one deviation, or not really deviation, one multiple of its regular volume. But yeah, I'm gonna be watching. I don't know if I'm gonna trade ADTX. I traded it before. It's gonna have to show me something today. Show me something special, but I don't know if it can on it. Just kind of continuation news. Let's actually look at ADTX real quick and make sure we're not. Actually, let's look at the top gainer first. SXTC. Not seeing any particular news out of this one on TOS. Let's jump over here to this. Over here. SXTC. And see what's going on. Yeah, one life. Lori was wishing me a happy birthday this morning. I'm about to try to catch up with you, man. I'm out here trying to get them gray hairs, be a silver fox like you. But anyway, looking over here at China, SXTC. Let's see, what is this? Oh, this is a Chinese company. Okay, Taizhou, China, drug manufacturers, China SX XST Pharmaceuticals Pharmaceuticals company development, manufacture. What are y'all manufacturing? It provides its products under the Sutang, whatever. What does it make? Okay, so the company had an end customer base of pharmaceutical companies. So it serves companies, chain pharmacies, and hospitals in 10 provinces and municipalities. It was founded in 2005. So it's been around for a while. But we know these Asian stocks, they go insane. You know, I don't know. How can you gauge what their worth is? I don't really know. Let's check it somewhere else. Actually, let's check the float before we leave here. We got about 10 minutes to the bell. Float of under a million on this one. So Chinese stock SXTC on a Friday before a long weekend. That is a great draw for traders, right? Especially with the two circumstances that I explained before with the winners and the losers. This one is one that they're probably like, okay, this could change my life at the end of the year, right? This could change it. Appreciate that, Mike D. Yeah, crossing over, man, crossing over. Trying to stay limber out here, keep the hips moving, right? But let's see. The next one is, let's go over to Market Watch. Market Watch, SXTC. Yeah, One Life, love a good pump and dump. And this is the perfect time of year to get that pump and dump, right? And I guess that's one thing that I kind of with that hard stop, I guess I didn't show y'all on FM, whatever it was called. FWBI, the trade that I took here, FWBI, was right in here. So I saw this thing holding up a previous level right here of $9. Now at first I thought 10 was gonna be the spot. And I was like, man, 10's looking good. But I just kept watching, just kept watching it. And it came, oh my gosh. And it came down right here, and it pumped off of 9 heavy. And I was like, okay, well, it didn't give me any buy signals, so I was like, okay, whatever. And so it came and it came back down. It came up here 210 the first time and came back down. So I said, okay, I wonder, can it break through 10 on today? Now, what I didn't know is news was coming down the pipeline. And so I actually entered right here when it came back and retested this level, and it failed this level and popped back up here to the 8s. And I got in this zone here. And I got in with 800 something shares or whatnot. And it pumped up, and I was selling. My best sale that I got out of here was around 9. In total, the best sale I think was like at 980. So with the average price of 906, I was selling with about 74 cents in profit, right? So I sold a little bit and I gave it time because I was thinking, okay, if this thing can break through 10, this would be beautiful. Again, though, didn't know the news was coming. So I took some off. I took quite a bit off. I took 300 shares off and I had about 500 sitting here. And came up here again and I was selling. I didn't actually sell over 10. It got up here to 1007. I was like, okay, here's the break. So I was holding my 520 something shares and it just snapped back to 975. And I was like, I don't like that. So I took some more off at 975 and got down to 322 shares. And I said, and I was following, I showed y'all the calculator here on this FWBI. The 1-to-1 win was 34 cents in profit, right? And I sold a little bit up here, around like 70 something cents in profit. So about 2R, just a little bit though, but not enough for it to be like a full 2R win, which would have been $600, right? Sold a little bit there and then it snapped back and I was like, ooh, I don't like that. So I took a little bit more off. And I actually set my hard stop at the 1-to-1, which was about 940, right at this top level, right across here. And it came down with that 322 shares, and it actually got a lot of slippage on this fall down. So it fell from 940 to 923. Now, of course, my average price was at 906. So it was still a green stop out, but that was a 17 cent fall on those last 322 shares. giving back profit. Because when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I was locking in about, $480 some dollars, almost $500 on this breakdown. But that slippage, gee whiz, it definitely took a little bit more than I expected, but I was, still well protected with where my average price was. So it worked out. But anyway, let's jump back over here to what is it? ADTX still holding in these levels. We'll see what the calculations are here in a minute. SXTC, we'll see if it can hold up. Chinese company with it, and the thing is with these Chinese companies, many times when I see them come into the market with these wicks up here, I know it's about to be a crazy day. I don't know what's gonna happen, but these wicks, they just throw wicks, and people don't know where is a good place to buy because they see all of this so-called selling in these areas, and they're like, well, where are the sellers actually sitting? Because this is a big range from 6 something down here to 425. This is a big range to be finding sellers this much, right, in pre-market. So where are the sellers actually sitting? And we don't know that until we see a dump where they're actually sitting. They could be sitting at any of these levels. And so it's kind of like a guessing game or a gamble, right? And so we do not like gambling. But, if you got a strategy that you like and you want to size down and try it out, hey, have at it, different strokes for different folks. ADTX slowing down now. I want to see this new calculation on it. It's got it's just not getting enough volume there on ADTX. Let's see. What is this? 10 FLJ. Okay. I had seen a question, I think, in one of my past videos, because I go back and read the comments. I think somebody had asked what kind of ATR that I was using or something like that. I forgot. It might have been GD that asked that. I'm just using the regular ATR for Thinkorswim, nothing crazy. And there was another question. Somebody from Twitch had asked me, do I trade full time? So no, I do not. I actually have I guess you can call me a contractor. I don't know what you want to call me, but I work in IT. I work doing network engineering, which is kind of broad with what it entails. Sometimes I wear different hats, but for the general purposes, most people know network engineer. Okay, they know what that is. Work with computers, build networks, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's what I do as a daytime occupation after I trade. And that's why when I say I'm going to get into these meetings, I'm going to meet with companies that I work with to see what issues they're trying to get solved or what's their, how they need to move into the future. But yeah, that's why I usually jump out. I'm like, hey, going to the meeting, getting this money. If I can't find or see something that's worth trading, why stick around, right? I just for me, it's just better to just leave. And I do continue to watch the market. I have my charts up, but just to participate, it's like, nah, I'm good. I can go and do something else. But yeah, we're gonna start watching SXTC, see how this Chinese stock treats people coming into the open. And then I'm probably gonna keep an eye on ADTX and see if it can kind of meet some criteria. It's just such a low volume right now though. Yeah. And also from yesterday, we had Sing. I was tempted by Sing, man. I really wanted to do Sing, but the only thing that kept me out of here was the catalyst. The catalyst is that they're probably going to be crashing in February, upcoming February. And so I was like, I don't know how they're going to react to that. That seems risky, so I just didn't take the trade. And then the other one from yesterday was NVFI. Absolutely destroyed everybody in aftermarket that thought they could hold this thing into the next day. Got up here to $9 in aftermarket and crashed out. Didn't have any news yesterday, so I wasn't trading that. But yeah, we'll see what the rest of these want to do. Looking over here on the scans, not really seeing any. Oh, CGA. What is CGA? CGA popping up there, 71% up. Oh, that one does not look the greatest. This is another Chinese company. So CGA is another Chinese company. Oh, this is about to be a bad day for somebody. All right, watching SXTC coming into the open first, and I'll keep an eye on the scans to try to pull up anything else I see here. FSC 80TX. Okay. All right, SXTC. What do you want to do out of the open? First couple of minutes for it. Of course, we saw that there was multiple points of selling, but no definite point of selling, right? No kind of double tops or anything, just multiple points, and we don't know where the sellers are actually sitting on this one. Apparently, I looked at this before though, because these lines, I didn't put these up here to, or did I? Yes, I did. So if we look over here, and I didn't even look at the larger time frames, because I didn't even see anything interesting other than 80TX. Let's go and look at the larger time frame for this one. So SXTC, right around just about 5 years of trading history, coming back up to this top where we see that it found a little bit of resistance before. Remember, these Chinese companies, you know, they always end up doing stuff that you just don't think can happen, especially when they get the right amount of volume. Okay, so looking out here, yeah, 80TX is not receiving the relative standard deviation that I want to be tradable, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. The CGA and SXTC are pretty much taking the reins on the day. So let's jump over here to CGA, which got killed out of the day, but it's a Chinese company. Let's go look at what kind of Chinese company it is. What's wrong with this thing? First of all, the float is 5.4 million. What does it do? China Green Agriculture. So this is based out of China Agriculture Inputs. China Green Agriculture, through its subsidiaries, engages in research, development, production, and sale of various fertilizers, agricultural products, and Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's go see what Bitcoin is doing on the day. So this thing, I guess that's agriculture, Bitcoin, right? That counts as agriculture. What is Bitcoin doing today? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking like it's and this is the monthly chart. Let me go down to actually a little bit deeper. So Bitcoin is actually red as of now on the week. Let's see on the daily. Man, I need to zoom in. Why can't I zoom in here? See, I don't use this enough, man. Let's zoom in here. Oh my gosh, man. It takes this much to zoom in on Bitcoin. It's like they don't even want you to see the chart, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's towards the bottom side of where Bitcoin is. We'll see what Bitcoin, I wonder will this thing be affected by Bitcoin's trading. I don't even know how Bitcoin is agriculture, but I guess mining, it uses so much energy, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But not a, you know, amazing catalyst. We'll see how it reacts. Again, it's a Chinese company, so it may just do something crazy. Let's jump back over here to CXTC. Another wick. Now, where are the buyers? Where are buyers interested? Will it be all the way back here at 420 or what? UK absolutely dumping. NVFY dumping. CING with a little bit of a move back through, but very low volume. I'm gonna take that off. I don't even care about that. Trash. All right, SNTG. Oh, they may have AI and tech too. Okay, okay. Let me go and look at back at CGA. Maybe they do have AI. Let's go look at that. Let's see, CGAI. Let's go to their summary. Okay, agriculture announces a receipt of NYSC cure letter. I don't know what that is. NYSC cure letter. Oh, what is that? Images of a cure letter. Okay, let's see. NYSE notified the company that it would be delisted if it's not able to comply with NYSE continued listing standards within applicable 6-month cure period. Okay, so that's bad for this company. I was like, cure, that sounds good, right? No, they're about to NYSE is about to cure themselves of this company. Oh man, that's funny. All right, so CGA, not the greatest news. Back over to SXTC. Yeah, that's but they are up 100%. And so they're definitely gonna probably attract some people, especially being sold off right now. People are like, "Oh yeah, man, this thing can make it to 450. We're gonna push it up to 519, and then we're gonna push it up to 694. We're gonna even make it touch this." And all of these hopes and dreams, we'll see if they come to pass. But yeah, I don't want to be a part of it. I'm good. I am great not being a part of CGA. Horrible news. SXTC continuing to come down. Like I said, they got to find where the demand is on this one. Got to find the demand. Lori called out YCBD. YCBD. YCBD down here got some wicks on it as well. Let's see. Had a top side of 150. Came from is this under 75? So 79 and has been kind of just climbing. What's the news on it? Why Titan Pharmaceuticals is moving up? What's the float on it actually? YCBD. That's why when they use these crazy words, I have to go look them up, because Cure sounded good. I was like, man, these folks, this Chinese company is about to solve some problems. All right, let's see. The float, 2.42 million on this YCBD. What kind of company is it? Drug manufacturers and specialty generic out of the United States. They okay, so this is cannabis. Um, the company owns and operates consumer hemp-based CBD brands such as CBD MD, Pause CBD, Hemp MD, and CBD MD Botanicals. Its CBD MD brand products include tinctures, gummies, topicals, capsules, drink mixes, and sleep focus and calming aids. The company offers vegetarian formulated products, including. Wait a minute. Where? No, 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 no. Go back up. Never mind. I am jumping all around. Okay, okay. The company also. Oh yeah, I am in the right spot. The company also offers vegetarian formulated products, including tinctures, chews, topicals. This is the same thing. Uh. Okay. Non-trophic mushroom lines. I don't even know, bro. Some of these words, whatever. It's cannabis. Um, e-commerce websites, third-party e-commerce sites. Okay, so cannabis play right there. Okay, okay. Let's go and look at YCBD over here. Shelf registration back from 2022. What was the? Did it have any kind of outstanding news to be up 55% though? Reduces year-over-year net loss from operations by 55.8 million. So that's pretty much was this news 7 days ago. Not really seeing any news today, unless it's just not here. No press releases. Yeah, 7 days ago is when that news was released. So, um, yeah, hasn't done a whole lot in those 7 days, but finally getting some kind of attention through this dollar break. Back over to SXTC, coming on down to the $5. And again, $5 is kind of where, once it goes under $5 can become quite a heavy resistance. But with it being this early in the day, it could get a test back to 5. We'll have to see how far it dumps. But again, Chinese company doesn't have the greatest news. May not even, ATR of 50 cents. I mean, not really fitting my criteria, but could be fitting somebody else's. CGA pulled back as well. Got up here and tried to test the $4, but could not get over that with the initial volume. Only has 4 million shares traded. Why CBD? I do see that one now. Only 11 cents in the ATR. Woo! Not a whole lot of meat on the bone. You're gonna be nibbling for them get the little giblets on that one. ADTX. Oh wow, ADTX did pop off that 6 level that I traded last time, but and it's halted up actually. So this is one of those situations where when I see this happen, it's like it's already up. I like buying low. So whatever opportunity was there, that was a very quick. It didn't consolidate and give people time to buy at 6. It just exploded up to 708. So whatever. Up 46% right now. Almost to $1 ATR. Definitely has the relative volume, but that standard deviation is still pretty low. I'm not too interested in that, so I'm okay on that one. Let me see. Oh, you thought it was the only one with good volume. Yeah, it's got volume, but it's because it's cheap. And on some of these days when there's not much good moving, like today with SXTC and CGA, it's just like sometimes I have to recalculate based on the price. If the price is low, like $1 or something, and it's getting like 10 million shares, I don't really count that as like out of the norm. If I could put it that way, it's like it's cheap, so why wouldn't it, right? Why wouldn't it? But because of its normal trading, if we look over here on the scans, relative volume is up 313%, 768%, but there's very little meat on the bone with this ATR being this low. So I don't know. Maybe if cannabis wakes up in January, it could be one to keep on watch for cannabis plays, like a sentimental move on cannabis, for sure. But we'll see. Maybe into the future play. Okay, ADTX opened back up, jumped up here to the highs, tapped up here to 773 up here. And like I said, I mean, very quick, no consolidation. Usually most of the trades that I'm taking, it gives buyers time to buy. It's not some quick rip up, some kind of pull cord. It's like you can see it, it makes sense, and we're in there. All right. But on this one, nah. And it did the same thing to the upside as well. It came up here to 750. We'll see if it starts to hold highs, but it's whatever. If you're a scalper, you can probably do something with that maybe. SXTC still has not found the bottom, dropping below $5. And this is what I always think about when I see those wicks like that. Where is the demand? If it was able to be pushed down here, here, where is the demand? And it's searching for it. The prices are searching for their demand and continue to drop. CGA. Okay, so we're back over 750 with ADTX back up here. And at this point, what I don't want to see is consolidation up here on the highs, because consolidation on a Friday could turn around very quickly and be a sell-off. Especially, let's jump over here and look at the SPY. What is it doing? Is it still going sideways? So let's actually look at the larger time frame on the SPY. On the monthly, it's still holding in this same level that it's been in like for a couple of weeks, around that 476, 475 level, and continue to just find more and more little bits of resistance. I want to see what it's going to do on the new year before I really get confident in doing anything. It had a drop here, came back into this previous level of sell-off, and it's kind of trading around here. We'll see if it can hold up the 475s into next week. But once the market makes a decision whether it's going up or down, people will be more confident because they'll be like, okay, market's going down. You know, what are things that follow the market down? Even if there are small caps popping, you know, people are still more confident once the market has made a decision. But right now, we've been in this, 3-day period of just sideways. And then before this, sideways. And then before this, the drop. So a lot of just sideways motion, and the market isn't really making a decision here. Okay, let's jump back over. So over here, SXTC bouncing a little bit on that 5, but will it give buyers a time to accumulate the 5, or will it just continue to drop down is the question. Or wait, another question. Why would you want to buy the 5? What is incentivizing the 5 buy? Would be another question. CGX, ADT up to 770s now, 790. Oh, it's not even. Oh man, is this a platform issue? Okay, there we go. Okay, coming back up here. And this is looking like it's trying to be a little bit of a double top at the 8. And if it starts, and this is what I don't like to see as a buyer, if I start seeing consolidation here, I'm like, okay, it's either got two options. It's gonna go higher and blast shorts out, or this is shorts getting in high, looking for their resurgence back down. And so we're seeing this double top. This is why trading at the open for me is just, I'm good. I just gave up on it. I'm good. I like to see what a stock wants to do during intraday. How are people really feeling? Because you don't know in the first minute of the day. What is Block Connect? Somebody dropped some Bitcoin in the Block Connect from Kick. Drop some Bitcoin in the chat. Okay. Well, if you're giving away Bitcoin like that, I appreciate it. CNTG. I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off. It's trash. It's not doing anything. So ADTX, the only thing that it's missing, it actually popped up on my scan for things that I trade. Usually I only really trade what's on this small cap range, what's giving range, and what is getting volume. Only thing that is lacking, it does have ATR of $1.05, which I like. Relative volume of 7 times normal. You know, usually I'm looking for 2 times, which I like. But this relative standard deviation still isn't high enough. You know, don't like it. And the other thing that I learned is with the criteria that I look for, it doesn't just work for long buys. It works for shorts too, if you get the right setup. If you get the right setup on something with range, it actually works going short too. So that's one thing I was like, wow, you know, because a couple of them I will find things that meet my criteria, but they're going to the downside. The trend is down, and boy, do I not want to be buying because they move dollars to the downside. All right, ADTX, you ready to crash out? You ready to get real violent? So it had this big pump up, big fall, and this fall took out about half the bar, so around 616 right here. Let's see if we get continuation to check back in at this 7. Will it repeat this, or does it want to get back up there to the 8s? Okay. And this one, buyers just not really into this one at the 5. Getting up just a little bit just to come back down. YCBD going back towards $1 as well. Up still 48%. 46%, my bad. And looking over here on the charts, BKKT is a crypto mover. FSR, is that a crypto mover as well? Fisker, I don't know what Fisker does, but EV manufacturer, Fisker. FSR. Profile. Auto manufacturers. Okay, so I don't really see like NIO or any of the other auto manufacturers moving. So I don't really know why this one is getting up. Tesla stock today, but that's Tesla. Fisker delivers 4,700 electric cars in 2023. Shares jump. Okay, they had a pretty good year in the electric car industry, and that was 2 hours ago. So that's pretty much their catalyst that they're riding off of. But then Tesla comes back. Wait a minute. Tesla stock today, Cybertruck crash. Oh, no, they're not gonna allow me to read that without getting a subscription. I'm not getting a subscription, so whatever. We know that a Cybertruck crashed. All right, back over to this one. or CGA starting to dive through the bottoms here. You know, $3. And like I said, with what they had with the cure thing, it was trash. I'm taking that one off. CGA. Even though it's a Chinese stock and it could probably go crazy doing something, I don't really care. Okay, so it got back up here, blasted, did a false breakout up here at 814. False breakout. That is a scary thing. If you bought this at 8, you got up to 815 and then crashed back down to 750s. That's insane. And that gives shorts even more reason to get in, right? Now, this thing is almost meeting my criteria, but it seems like it's going to be a short play instead of a long play. So if shorts are getting in this thing, look for this thing to crash 7 and then back down to 650. I think that it's in their favor right now. We'll see what it wants to do here. Just a quick, I mean, we just went over and checked that other chart like just for a little bit and came back into devastation. Whoops. Well, whatever. Remove all that because I'm thinking this thing is going to be a short mover now. Okay, so Mike D says, when would I get in on SXTC? Okay, so first off, we got to grade every trade. So when I would get in is when it meets my criteria. So let's jump over here to the template. And we already know it's a Chinese company, has pretty bad catalyst. It's not the greatest catalyst. Or not a catalyst at all, rather. It does have about 5 years worth of trading history, right? So yeah, it got that, blah, blah, blah. ATR of $1, it's way under $1. It's 55 cents for me. Relative volume looking like 128. So it's getting that relative volume, 128x. Relative standard deviation, 7.64. Obvious catalyst, no. Obvious support, 420 was kind of where I was like, maybe it'll do a little bounce. That's the most obvious that I've seen just on the day. Obvious trend, I mean, it kind of looks like it's up, but it's kind of like in the middle, unsure. Overall market sentiment, jump out here to the SPY real quick. SPY, after having these days of just going sideways, it is trading towards the bottom of this channel here, or I guess this would be a sideways kind of trade or consolidation, trading towards the bottom of this. So I would say it's unsure, but it's definitely looking more bearish than bullish on the SPY on the overall market. So overall market, unsure / bearish. All right, so let's grade it. So ATR, oh, this is the wrong one. Going into the wrong one. I need to go back and change that too. Okay, back on the template. So unsure on the actual trend of the stock itself, and then unsure and bearish over here. Bearish. And so let's grade it. 5-year trading history, sure. ATR, no. Relative volume, yes. Relative standard deviation, yup. Obvious catalyst, nope. Obvious support for, this should be 420. Okay, 420. Let me format that and make sure that's showing the right number. That should show a full number there. Currency, 1 decimal. All right. All right, 420, unsure, unsure, right? We don't know. So I really am going to probably give this, I really just want to leave it at 0 because I really don't know what this trend's supposed to be doing, but I'll give it a 1 just to, you know, just to satiate it. Overall market sentiment, definitely unsure bearish. So I'm gonna leave that at 0. So for me, a 0 is unsure and it's against me. A 1 is like, it's just sideways. A 2 is, hey, the market is bullish. So looking at the scorecard for this one, we came down with a score of 40. Score percentage, 100% full size, 60 half size. Anything under 59 is a no trade. So where would I get in? I couldn't even tell you because it doesn't even pass the test at all. Even if I was to come over here and put my little, let's say I would be looking to buy at 420, and my risk would be $300, blah blah blah. But if it doesn't pass the test, none of this matters. So I can get 1,000, almost 2,000 shares, but we grade every trade, so it didn't pass the test. It would not be a trade for me. So I couldn't even guesstimate where you should get in on that one. Couldn't even guesstimate it. But if you were looking for some spot that has some previous trading, I mean, this 4 is the only thing that's obvious. But like I said, you got to come up with your own grading style, whatnot, what meets your criteria, what makes you lose money, what makes you make money, and go from there. Let's jump back over here to ADTX real quick. And that's what I do for every single trade. Every single trade. I do not touch the buy or I don't touch any entry, exit, nothing without grading the trade. Why am I getting in? I'm not just buying some trivial number, being like, oh, well, $4 sounds good. Nah, it's got to be, everything needs to line up. Nope. That's how you lose money. Why? CBD, VBDB. Donnell traded CGA. Nice. CGA coming down here. So it did pop off of this little bottom of the $3. Doing its little thing down there. Let's see. SXTC still acting up above $5, but not moving aggressively away from it. Let's see. Mara, BKTT, KK, YCB, whatever. Would I wait 15? Oh wait, let me read what Mike D said. When would you get in? Would you wait 15 minutes if it goes up? No. So my relative hold time, let me jump back over here to my journal. My hold time is been from anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour holding. So 30 minutes to an hour. This one just went long. BMEA, it just would not move for me until the very end of the day, and it popped up. And so I was holding for like two hours. But average hold time for me is anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. So would I be comfortable dropping money, almost 2,000 shares in this thing for 30 minutes to an hour? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Bro, that thing crashes down through 5, or even if it comes down to 420, I still wouldn't trust it for an hour and something to be holding this level. I just, I don't know, man. This is not even at 420, even if it does a little bounce, I mean, it still has room to fall through the 4, even down here to 4 or 342. So any of these levels, I just don't trust it. Let me continue to read those though. Small position on CGA, you got that trade from 317 to 334. But yeah, I don't know. Like, just looking at the 15-minute 340, 420, it's gonna have to break down 420 to even start even for me to recognize it as something tradable. It needs to come into some obvious support. But looking over here on the higher time frames, for it to crash down like that, it's going to take a little bit of momentum. It's going to have to really make a move through that 480 and really make a move down there to the 420s. And the other issue is, once it's down there, why would people buy it back up? Why? The problem is, if you get in where people don't want to buy it back up and only where shorts are covering, yes, it may give you a move up, but when the new shorts come in, it'll give you a nice wick down, continuing that move. So it'll be like, oh, shorts are getting out, they're covering, new shorts. into the ground. So now we're seeing this thing come on down here, looking like it's coming down through the 480s. CG. ADTX still struggling. New candle just opened. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. I did not even realize the time had passed like that. But anyway, ADTX still back and forth motions. Almost looks like a head and shoulders here. $8 test again, finding some more. Bro, I don't know. If this is a short trap, that is a good short trap, because if I was a short, I would love seeing this setup. I would wait for this candle, this green candle, to close lower than $8, because it's got what, 15 minutes to trade. But oh man, once this candle closes, if this candle doesn't just explode, that will be my entry to get in for a lower move on that one. But anyway, I'm not a short. I just want to understand the shorts, because you need to know your enemy, right? SXTC pausing again before just a little small buying off of the 5 coming in there. We'll see if it wants to continue to find resistance and get on down through that 5. Talking about where to get in on ADTX short. That's where you get in after this candle, of course, though. Need to see this formation complete, because if you don't wait for it to complete, it could just blow you out. Like if you put your stop here at well, right over the top, 815, it could just get up there, boom, and then you're like, what? Why did it beat me down? But if you wait for this candle to close and this formation to end, I'll be looking for a breakdown of 730 right here on a short position. Okay. Well, I really need to get out of here. It is 9:01 right now, but we pretty much seen everything that the market is trying to do today. These Chinese stocks, I mean, whatever they want to do, I'm really not too interested in them. I'm gonna take CX or SXT, whatever, off. It's just trash. And then CGA, trash to me. Wait, I took the wrong one off. I meant to keep ADTX. And YCBD, also still just kind of grinder, wicks everywhere. Only 11 cents in the ATR, so not a huge range, not a lot of meat on the bone to get there. ADTX, and this is what I'm talking, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you wait for a candle to close. Comes up here, breaks out again to the 850s. This is why you wait for that formation to actually be like, okay, we don't want to go any higher. That's why. That's insane. Blew right through this 815 level up to 844s. Now let's see if it can close down below the 770 or 775s. Will be probably a good bearish point. But at this point, candle hasn't closed, so whatever. I like to see full formations. Like, if it's going to be a selling one, I don't want to get in on one that's like, oh, is this selling or is this buying? I want to know. And so we're about to see on the close of this one. Anyway, I do need to get out of here. Maybe after this one closes, it may actually even close higher than the 815s. If it does, there, whatever. The previous catalyst for this one, when I traded it back on the 12th, was the birth control gel. And so it is a previous mover that I actually made money on. But, it's just not meeting my criteria for today. It's already gone. It came down here, hit the level that I previously bought 1,000 shares off of $6 on the 12th and got that little trade in. But now look at it. This is why we wait for candles to close. So my question is, will it close to the low side? Will it close to the indecision down here of 750? And that is a good setup for a short. Looking for a short through the 725, 730-ish breakdown back into this level. We saw this previous, and the other thing is with history, it tends to repeat itself. So we see during pre-market, a big drop down like this, it's like, could that repeat during intraday, and when will that repeat? And if it does repeat, where is it going to drop to? So kind of just waiting and watching. Doesn't mean it's going to go down because this candle isn't closed yet, but definitely some selling pressure coming in. Maybe the shorts are wrong. Maybe it wants to get back above 850, but we'll see. Pretty bullish movements now though. We'll see though. Trying to get over. It's got about 10 minutes left on this candle. You know what? I'll give it 10 minutes. I'll wait here 10 minutes before I get off. We'll watch. I want to see if this becomes a good short play through the 750 or whatever. After this 15 minutes though, I got to go though. I got to get on down. Got to get on down. But yeah, ADTX was pretty much the only thing that popped up on my scan over here for the small cap ranges. Something that's given range, given at least the relative volume of 2x, and then now it's reached the relative standard deviation, and this is looking like a better and better short play, but we'll see. If it closes over that 815 though, the shorts are in trouble. Or if it closes close to that 815. If it closes over 8, I think the shorts are a little bit in trouble. Need to see it break down 730s. Eights just continue to hold. It's going to be very, very bad. But it does have, what, 12 minutes left? Not 12 minutes, 8 minutes left on this candle, this 15-minute candle. And again, I don't really trade on the lower time frames because the lower time frames, there's so many candles, I just can't keep up with them. But if you make a strategy, you do probably need to, solidify what's going to be your entry time frame. All of my entries have been on the 15 minutes. So if you have entries on the 1 minute or the 2 minute or the 3 minute that you tested and you pretty much certified for that time frame for entries, hey, you got yourself a strategy. But mine specifically entries on the 15, and I use everything else as reference or like a kind of just indicators, I guess. 4 hour, monthly, all of this stuff. Just kind of use it to look around. This thing continues to hold the 8 though. Shorts, y'all got to come on with it, bro. You got to get it under that 8. Yep. They're finding a little bit of pressure, man. Oh boy. Well, looks like the shorts are not in control. We'll see. It's got still 7 minutes left on this candle. Still some time to work. But this breakout was from the 15 up to the 44. Has a 15 million shares traded on it as of now. I just was so curious to see if this thing would actually come down on a Friday. Sell-off day, the market is looking kind of red. But man, this is looking like the one. Or the one for scalpers, top side scalpers, breakout traders. I just did not want to end my year super red, taking something that was out of scope. Coming into next year though, man, it's gonna be beautiful. Get some more data. Now, what I look for in my trading when it comes to trade history for a strategy is to at least get 100 trades in. So I got 15 trades on this strategy. I still need 80 something, right? And I only took 85 trades this year, and that was before the strategy. I only started trading this strategy in September. So before September, I was just kind of still, taking trades. So it may even be a lower trade amount than that next year. Maybe 30 trades, 50 trades, something like that. Getting back down towards that 8. 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, and we're gathering a lot of data. We've seen this thing push down once, push down into this indecision. So I'm thinking if the buyers see this 750 indecision here break, it's going to give it a little bit of momentum to the downside on the 750 breakdown. So I'd actually move this actual where I put 730. I'd actually put it here at 750 breakdown for sellers to really get active. Let's see what they want to do. It's looking like it's getting back under 8. Can they hold it down? 5 minutes left. Let's go. But see, I think waiting on that candle, when I first said this was a short position, was the best thing though, because I would have been scared as a short. That thing breaks 815. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't wait for the candle to close, didn't wait for confirmation, and now it's blowing up on me. But now, when this candle closes, there is no doubt in my mind that there's some downwards pressure there. So I would definitely, and think about where the stop could be. Your stop could be any of these: 850, 812. It's just too many stops that you could put in. People have probably already got in short here, 850. And then you got next level, and the shorts can add to this position as long as it's above 750. So let's just see what happens, man. Let's just see what happens. Getting away from that $8. Looks good though as a short though. It'd be so funny if it just pops all the way back up to 850. Kills the shorts on the last trading day of the year, basically. And I call all of this price action up here the circus. So what I want to be in low so I don't have to participate in the circus up here. So let the circus, the clowns come out, the clown noses and dragons flying around and the dancers and all of that going on up here in the circus, right? I want to be in low. So, let them have all of their events and festivities up there in the circus. Because the circus can get crazy. I pay my ticket early. All right, coming back up to 8. Will 8 start to be a little bit of resistance for it? Now, at this point, you got a couple levels of shorts that have to be like, okay, are we going to hold through this pain? We got shorts that are in at 8 and the pain is 50 cents. We got shorts that are in at 8.15 and the pain is a little bit less, 40 cents. We got shorts that are in at the 8.50 and they're kind of being protected by these two levels down here of the 8 and around the 8.20, 8.15-ish level. So will it blow all of these shorts backs out? Pretty low probability, but it's a Chinese stock. Or not, this isn't a Chinese stock. It does have previous catalysts. It doesn't have catalysts specifically on today, though. I'm thinking, I don't know why I keep calling this Chinese stock. I'm thinking about the other two. All right, 1 minute left, and I'm going to be getting out of here. I just want to see this thing close as a good short. And like I said, it meets all of my criteria. It's just a short side play. It meets all of the criteria. Relative volume, relative standard deviation. It's up, blah, blah, blah. I really don't think, like, if I was a short, I wouldn't be focusing on things that are going down so much. I mean, unless you just trade in something that's a larger cap that's going to continue going down. But as far as small cap shorting, I'm looking for stuff that's up so I can knock it down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So this is the opening of the new candle. And at this point, I mean, this is a new level for shorts to get in right here. So, this is below the three levels up here. Those folks that held through this pain of the 8 to the 850, held through this pain, and now we're looking for this 750 breakdown in this indecision level on this red candle. But anyway, I'm about to get ready to sign off. I just really wanted this thing to confirm for the shorts, and it looks like it's going to. Um, Looking like it's coming to that 750 breakdown. Let's see, 7 cents away. Will more shorts enter here? And now the new point that they could be entering is right under the $8, and now they got their stop. So multiple levels of shorts where they could have put their stop. But yeah, I am about to log off. If you're in the Discord was put into the chat. If you want to get in there, we'll probably continue conversations about this into later today. But yeah, I'm about to log off. And as always, I wish y'all a happy new year. And it's been a very good year learning in the market and creating strategies and kind of honing the sword, kind of sharpening the sword, and being able to talk with different people and communicate and do all that stuff. There's a break of 750, but yeah, it's just been a great year, So I will see you guys on the other side, and just want to go into next year strong. Just gathering data, continuing to do the data kind of accumulation, and man, I'm just looking for greater, going bigger, better, and all of that. As the account grows, sizing up, scaling up, and just playing to my strengths. Um, but yeah, it's been a great year, and as always, closing out last trading day of the year. Appreciate all of you guys, GD, Lori, Donnell, One Life, Mike D, everybody from now. I know I'm streaming to a lot more sources now, so we got some new people in here, but definitely the OGs in here. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one or in 2024. Peace.